Our final inductee is Kyle Moore. In just 3 seasons, Kyle accounted for the greatest scoring career during the NCAA Division II era of Tusculum men's basketball. From 2007 to 2010, Moore poured in 1,813 points, which are 4th in the Tusculum record book, 8th most in conference history. He was one of the most prolific three-point shooters in both school and league history, and one of the best free throw shooters to wear a Tusculum uniform. He earned the NCAA Division II All-America honors in 2009. He was a consensus All-American in 2010, included being named the Daktronics All-America second team. He was tabbed the Conference Player of the Year in back-to-back seasons in 2009 and 2010. He led the conference in scoring in both campaigns, averaging 21.1 points and 24.8 points per game, respectively. He made 306 three-point field goals, which are the second most in school and conference history. He averaged 3.52 three-point. I know what Nikki's thinking. That's nothing. That's okay. He did average 3.52 three-pointers made per contest in his 87-game career with the Pioneers, which is the 23rd best average by a Division II player. The Gainesville, Florida product earned all-conference second-team honors in 2008, averaging 16.6 points per game and 4 assists per contest. In his second Tusculum campaign, he averaged 21.1 points a game. He earned all-conference first-team distinction as the Pioneers posted a 20-11 record for the program's first 20-win season since 1993. Tusculum knocked off Wingate and Newberry to advance to the conference tournament final. Moore garnered all-conference tournament honors as he averaged 20.3 points per game. The Pioneers earned an at-large berth to the NCAA tournament, where they faced the top-seeded and 4th-ranked nationally ranked Augusta State. Moore scored 23 points in that Southeast Regional opener as the Pioneers rallied from a 17-point deficit. They fell 62-60, and the three-pointer by Boone literally was online and probably kept out by the whispers of the Augusta State crowd. He enjoyed his best season in a Pioneer uniform in 2010 as he accounted for 693 points while leading Tusculum to a 16-12 overall record and finished second in the conference standings for a second straight season. His point tally was the second most in recorded school history and the 3rd in the league record book. His 24.8 points per game average was 3rd in the Division II and 5th nationally at all divisions. He was named a 2-time All-Region First Team 2009-2010 and earned All-Conference First Team recognition for that year as well. He established a new school and conference record for his 117 three-point field goals. For his efforts, he was named the 2009-10 Conference Male Athlete of the Year and the Tusculum Male Athlete of the Year. He played in the 2010 NCAA Division II All-Star Game. Following his career, he signed a contract to play professionally in Germany. Will you guys, at this table, will you guys come up here? Is that okay? Can I ask you to come up? Josh Troutmans, if you'll come up. Ladies and gentlemen, our next member of the Tusculum College Hall of Fame is Kyle Moore. Guys for being here this morning. I want to first congratulate Jasmine, getting to watch her through her career and the talented point guard that she was, and getting to read about Eric and listen to Brian rally off all your records and how well he did on the football. I'm very honored to be in the 2017 class with both of you, so congratulations again. Being inducted into the Tusculum Hall of Fame is a tremendous honor. I'm very humbled to be a part of such a talented group of athletes who played here and excelled in their respective sports. In no way could I have done this alone. There are many people, coaches, teammates, friends, and family that I won't be able to individually recognize due to time that have helped me throughout my career, and I want to thank them all, and I'm appreciative of what they've done for me. I want to acknowledge my wife, Pam, who's here. It's our first time being on campus. So it's been fun these past couple of days getting to tour her around, and I appreciate you being here today. I want to thank my dad. I wouldn't be up here today at all
without him. He was the one to introduce the game of basketball to me. His passion for the game made me want to follow in his same footsteps and be able to shoot the basketball the same way that he could. Growing up, he always told me, if you could shoot the basketball, he always told me, there's room for a shooter on every team, and if you can shoot the basketball, you can play this game. Did I take that advice and run with it. He coached me from the time I was strong enough to lift the basketball up to my last game in Germany. He would put in 12-hour work days and still find the energy to meet me at the high school to come rebound for me, and while I got up hundreds of shots. I respect my father because he balanced being a coach and a dad so well throughout my career. He was always there for me, and he gave me every resource I needed in order to become the best player that I was capable of. I can remember growing up, one of my favorite things to do was play him one-on-one in the driveway. And he took it to me for a lot of years. I'm not even going to tell you the first time I was able to beat him, because it's kind of embarrassing. But I remember he beat me so bad one night, and I went storming in the house. I was so upset and frustrated. And my mom got involved at that point. And she went over to him and said, Kev, can't you just let the kid win one time? And he said, Ruth, there'll be a time and a day when he can beat me. And when that day comes, there's no turning back. And I want to thank him for all those one-on-one sessions and never letting up and letting me win. Because each and every day I woke up and I wanted to work so hard on my game, and I was waiting for him to come home at night and to put it to the test, all my skills and what I learned that day. So I thank you for that, Dad. I gotta thank my mom. She's always been there for me. She drove me to every t-ball practice, soccer game, boys club basketball, and she was always there cheering me on in the stands. And I knew if I was the worst one or the best one out there, she would love me and always be proud of me. She also instilled in me at an early age the value of an education, and she wouldn't let me go out and play until my homework was done. She definitely wanted me to know that it was student athlete and not just athlete that I solely used to focus on. So thank you, Mom. I do have an older sibling, and that's Carly, who's here today. And I'm really glad she's here. I was very fortunate to have an older sibling, and not because every fight or argument that we got in, she took the punishment for, but because I had someone to look up to and, someone close to my age that I could learn from. And I couldn't have asked for a better role model growing up than her. We were a basketball family, A lot of what we did was based around, where I was playing, and, when you're living in that moment and the day-to-day activities, like, you get caught up in it. And, now that my career is over and I've had time to reflect on it, I want to take this time to really acknowledge and thank her, because, she traveled almost every weekend, and I'm sure there was a lot of other things that she would want to be doing. And she spent a lot of nights at the Hampton Inn on Greenville there, or on 11 East, so thank you for always being there for me throughout my career. I want to thank my high school coach, Bob Hrdowski, who's here today. Growing up, Coach Hrdowski was one of the most influential people I've had in my life behind my parents. Looking back, playing and learning under him was one of the best things that happened to me, because he prepared me so well for what was ahead in basketball and in life. Playing for him taught me the value of preparation. The extent at which he prepared us for our opponents at the high school level was second to none. He taught me commitment, 5:30 a.m. practices, and some of the most brutal conditioning drills you would ever go through. He made sure that you were committed, because if you weren't going to put yourself through all that misery. unless you were committed to the game. And lastly, he taught me respect. Respect my teachers, my parents, and respect your opponents. When I got to college, there was nothing new thrown my way that I hadn't already seen having played in his program. It was never easy. It was challenging. It was tough, and it was a grind. But now I understand that him being tough on me at such an early age was his way of helping me develop my true potential. I want to thank you, Coach, for having a huge impact on my life and being a big part of why I'm up here today. There are 3 special people sitting over there that I like to recognize. They were my college roommates, they were my college teammates, and they're my best friends. I never had a brother, but they are the closest thing to it. They were always there for me, both on and off the court. Every accolade I ever received while I was here, they were standing right there beside me, being so supportive. Today, they are here doing the same. The bond and brotherhood that we started here at Tusculum and continue to grow year after year means more to me than any award I ever received. Ryan Troutman, Robert Troutman, and Josh Ellis, I thank you. You are one of the main reasons my 3 years here at Tusculum were some of the best years of my life. And lastly, I got to thank the man who made this all possible, the one who gave me an opportunity to play here at Tusculum, and that's Coach Jim Boone. I remember first time I met Coach, I was coming in on a recruiting visit, and he picked me up at the Knoxville airport. He gave me the tour of the campus, and I was just in awe of this place, all the athletic facilities. I mean, it just felt right the moment I stepped on campus. He took me down to the locker room and showed me clips of the team and his style of offense, and I just remember him being so professional and the attention to detail in which he did everything, and I really valued that. Ironically, throughout my recruiting process, I had my family with me on every trip, and this was the only place that I visited with no one with me. And so when I got home, they were relying on me, and they wanted to hear all about it. And we went out to dinner, and I told them everything I liked about Tusculum and Coach Boone. And I remember telling them, let's not waste any more time. Like, this is my home. And so I picked up the phone, and I gave Coach a call, and he picked up, and I said, Coach, this is Kyle. And I said, do you have a minute? And he's like, yeah, what's going on? I'm just at the grocery store. And I said, well, you're on speakerphone. I got my family here with me. And I want to thank you, for touring me around the campus. And I said, if you have the number 10 jersey available, I'm ready to come play for you. And, it was quiet, and all he said was, I think I can make that happen for you. And then he mentioned he was going to swing back by the frozen meat section and pick up a couple steaks for him and his wife from the news that I just gave him. So, but I'm forever indebted to Coach Boone. He gave me an opportunity to fulfill a lifelong dream of mine, and that was to play college basketball. He pushed me every single day, and he made me a player that I never thought I was. He was one of the few coaches to look at this lanky kid from Gainesville and see something of value in his game that could help his team. So every time I stepped on the court, I gave it my all for Tusculum, for my teammates, but most of all for him. I felt like I owed it to him, to prove to him that his decision to offer me that scholarship was the right choice. Hopefully, after all the things we were able to accomplish together, I hope we can look back and have no doubts and say that it was. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Kyle. I used to think Kevin would show up on Wednesday, conference game, whatever, just show up from down there in Florida. I was thinking, man, this kid is costing his family a ton. then he was over there in Germany. I was thinking, man, they're bankrupt now.